Welcome back to a brand new video, guys. This video I'm about to bring you today, man, is a little kid, very smart little kid, actually left his house. All through the neighborhood, him walking, he can't really talk, so the people don't really understand what's really going on. And they call 911 reporting a child has been just walking stray in the neighborhood. So police finally show up to the little kid to help him. And it's amazing. Just keep watching the story, though. Before we start the video, ladies and gentlemen, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. I would also appreciate your kindness from super thanks purchase. Guys, I hope everything is going fine in your community and your neighborhoods. Let's get right to the video. Let's go.
No, he wasn't in the car.
He was like looking
in the car.
Okay.
So I was like, oh no. And then he like was crying a little bit. So I got out and he like gave me a hug and everything. I said, where's your mom? Where do you want to go?
Man, you live down here?
And he pointed.
Do you live down here?
Yeah, that's my house right there.
Do you recognize this?
I don't. I have actually never seen him.
He tried to go in her house. Like I was like, where do you live? Where do you stay? And he pointed across the street. So I walked him across and then he like pointed in and she was like opening the door a crack, just kind of peeking out. And he tried to walk in, but I haven't seen anybody, heard anybody.
Hey, buddy.
He's in diapers.
Hi. Is he totally nonverbal?
He's trying to say something, but we
Okay.
can't make out what he's saying. So I'm saying at least 2 or 3. I'm right in the blue.
You want to hit my foot?
She's here. And I'm right here.
Believe it or not, this little kid is very educated, bro. He just cannot talk and express how he's really feeling and express what's really going on.
So I kind of understand how like
You good watching him? I'm just going to run through some calls to see if we have anything down here.
You seen him before?
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of kids over here, so he looks familiar.
Okay, alright.
Come on, buddy.
Okay. I'm having dispatch through all 6 of these streets, so just to see if there's ever been a call before. Is this your house, buddy? Is this your house? That one?
Let me get a good. Let me knock on it first, bud. Alright?
Hey man, can I borrow you for a second, if you don't mind? Because you're young. Do you live down here?
No, I'm telling you.
You live down here. Do you recognize this one?
No?
No. Okay. Alright, thanks man, I appreciate it. What?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We're trying to figure it out.
She know who he is?
Everything that the officers are doing now, going house to house to try to figure out what's going on with this little kid. The lady who was next to the car that was speaking to the officers when they first arrived, that's who actually called to 911 because she already did the same thing the officers are doing. She brought the little kid every single house to find out who is his parents. And she was unsuccessful. That's the reason why she called 911, dude. This is a very sad story, dude.
Hey dear, I know you usually know like everything that's going on, so I'm like, hey baby, she knows she's home. Have you seen him? Because you helped us last time we were down here, so.
No. Yeah, I got a house closed since Easter. I've never seen this little kid.
Alright, come on buddy.
That might make sense, actually.
Is it over here somewhere?
Hodge.
Possibly.
Hopefully.
How long was he with you guys?
He was with us probably about.
He keeps pointing to
Let's
this
point this way. Well, I think he might be confused.
Come on, let's go try down here. Let's just stop here for a second, see if he starts, see if he parks himself. Do you recognize any of this?
Here? Hold on.
Can you show us? Can you show us?
Because we're trying to, he's all alone. We're trying to find it. Can you show us?
Yeah, he's been like walking around pointing at every door, so if you know him, we really appreciate it. Do you recognize him?
I think he wants it.
Here, 1 second, buddy.
I think he's staying at 103.
This is 103. This is 103.
I mean 105.
105.
Okay.
Here, ready? We're going to go to the next one.
There's supposed to be a car for them? This kid? Do you guys recognize him at all? He's not from this street? You don't know?
What's his name?
He's just, we don't know. He won't say anything.
Because he's not at the door. I thought that was her son. You know, he wanted to see.
Okay, alright.
At this point, the officers been searching for this little kid's home for over an hour, and they was unsuccessful. At this point, the officers are thinking this kid possibly been walking for a long distance before actually someone took the time out to ask this kid what's going on. And that's incredible, man. If you guys see little kids out there strolling by themselves, this kid is 2 years old. You know it's no way possible a little 2-year-old kid could be walking by themselves. You know something have to be wrong. You guys, please, no matter how busy you are, you see a little stray kid, an elderly stray person, stop and help them, bro.
This is? No. Okay. Alright. Do you know, I know a lot of people down here have kids. Do you know anyone that this might come to mind as to who you might belong to?
Honestly,
Because I know I don't see a lot of cars here today too. It's like a lot of people.
there's not been a lot of cars here. Most of the people with cars kind of move through, but there is. Yeah, the girl that I know with kids, her car isn't here though, so not.
You're all I have left. If you could head that way, please.
Alright, thank you.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Come on, buddy.
We have two options. It's not super cold, so we don't have to take him back right away. But let's snap a picture of him. Let's send that to
Hey, buddy.
tell Mike Walker, and then he can give that to Lee. Just call Mike, be like, I'm gonna send you a picture. See if we can get that up on Facebook. I'll walk this because it's not like raining or anything.
Can I take him back to the cruiser? Or?
Yeah, take him back to the cruiser. Call Mike. Let him know what we have. I'm gonna go walk around just to see if anyone else is walking, looking for their kid.
Come with me, man.
Let me grab a picture of him just so I can show other people.
I can send you mine.
So yeah, just send it to Mike. Just start getting the process rolling for getting that on social media. Put him in a car, and then.
I also want to take the time to say to those officers, man, I salute them, because other officers who would not care will immediately try to take this kid back to the precinct. And this officers was just the willingness to help this little kid and figure out what was going on is the reason they actually found his home. So to those two officers, man, salute for not giving up that fast and continuing to try to find this little kid home, because it's very, very important that they found his home, dude.
Yeah, we don't know if he
knows his way home.
He can't speak. So we're just kind of going around, but he keeps going up to like every door when he says like here. But everybody's saying they don't recognize him. Yeah.
Mike wants us to bring him back there.
Back to the station.
Back to the station. And
Okay.
then leave a unit canvassing. So I can canvass. You want to take back? Or I can take back, but he's going to start uploading to social media.
Yeah, I can take the kiddo back.
Okay.
If you want to do that, you have all your notes and stuff.
Yeah, I got everything. I got it there.
Yeah. Come on, buddy. Let's go back. All right, come on, buddy.
They found her? Are you mom?
Yes.
Where do you stay? What's your son's name?
Yes.
Here, come over here, ma'am. Is there anyone else at the house? Or is it just you?
It's their dad's there right now.
Okay, so who's supposed to be looking after him?
Me. That's me.
Okay.
It had been like 20 minutes ago. I usually leave my screen doors locked because he opens my door and go out. This is the second time he's done it. And I called him. He was at the park. This was what, day before yesterday.
Okay.
He just started doing this. I don't play that. My kids don't come outside at all, play with other kids. They're always in the house. That's probably why, because he's always in the house. He wants to get out.
What's your name?
Devasia, DEVASHIA. ROW.
This is your last name?
Yes.
ROW.
SER. I got 4 kids too. It's not just her.
Alright, man, so what we're gonna do, we have him at our station. Alright, so I'm just gonna take you back, and then we'll talk about everything there, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so you wanna hop in the back of mine? And we'll get you going?
Can I let my baby's father know first?
Yeah, I'll drive you, I can drive you over there, and yeah, we'll
Yeah.
get it handled there, alright?
Okay.
If you wanna get on the passenger side, we'll get on the passenger side.
Oh, he's already going down on the subject. Stay back in here. You already talked to Sergeant Walker about.
Is that something with that woman's story makes no sense? She told the police officers that the child is shy, he doesn't act with other kids. And then she said before that the child left the house 2 days prior to this incident and went to the park to play around, and she found him in the park. So it's just inconsistency with her stories. I don't care if you have 10 children. You have to pay attention to your little kids. Like, it's just unbelievable, dude. Like, you have a little kid like that just leaving the house and nobody in the neighborhood knows the kid. Just something doesn't make sense. Something don't make sense, dude.
Is he in the home with you? Okay.
He's there sometimes. I usually don't have any problems. Like, he did a baby for yesterday. That was the first time it ever happened to me. But I'm starting to think that, like, they're in the house so much. He wants to probably get out. And you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. My sergeant mentioned he was doing stuff with his ears. When you were talking to him, and you said that your other son does that.
My other son does do that.
Which other one is doing?
The oldest.
The oldest.
Yeah, but I think it's more of a it's like when they get in trouble. It's not like I yell all the time because I don't yell all the time, but when I know they're about to get in trouble, it's like they get like a certain type of way. But it's not an all the time thing. It's sometimes you don't do it all the time. I would say my oldest do it more than him.
Okay. Did Sergeant Walker talk to you about autism and all of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because obviously he's 2, so he shouldn't be.
He'll be 3 on 14.
So he's almost 3, and he's
Yeah.
not really talking.
I don't know if it's just because they're in the house all the time and they don't be around them much. And they just, you know what I'm saying? If they were around kids, they would know a little bit more. Or
So we have him, who's obviously not talking.
like he talks.
Okay.
He really
Is
talks.
it just around other people?
It's probably around other people. Like he talks more than any of my other kids ever did at his age.
Okay.
Like he says full sentences.
Okay. Where you, like I said, you go on there, it's going to pull up a whole list of resources that you can point in the direction for kids that might have. It's first off, the list on there for the resources goes everything from people who are homeless to everything that we deal with. But you will find a subsection that deals with kids who go through this kind of stuff.
Okay.
Another something that you might want to look into is our department offers a program called Project Lifesaver should he go missing again. If he is diagnosed autistic or any other special need, they do offer a program where they put a GPS tracker on him, because if he is demonstrating the ability this young to be able to escape a house, you turn your back 1 second and then you know what I'm saying? If something happened, because this was an hour it took us to find him, or to find you, where he was out. Yeah, and that's
See, that's what I'm saying. Time just be flying, and I just don't. You know what I'm saying? When you got 3 other kids and you got so much going on, you gotta do this, do that. I'm helping my son with his homework. He's homeschooled. There's so much going on. So
is everybody in the house homeschooled, or
No, he's just homeschooled, and the other one's not schooled. Yeah, he'll be in school next year, but
who's homeschooled?
my oldest.
The 6, he's the only one that's 6-year-old?
Yes.
Or that's homeschooled?
Yes, that's
Okay.
school period.
And nobody else helps you with managing managing all of the kids, and is the father in the picture?
He's in it.
Okay.
Like, you know,
Does he help with the schooling and all of
Yeah.
that, and watching the kids?
Yeah.
Okay, about how many days a month would you say?
And the officer is just trying to find out why did this happen. She's home with the father of the kid. Both of you guys are there. So how the little kid just escaped for over an hour before you know something is wrong? It makes no sense. When she first seen the officer, she said, oh, he left 20 minutes. No, he did not. They was looking for this lady for over an hour. And finally, they found her. It's just, to me, it's incredible that nobody knows that little kid in that neighborhood. The kid lives around that area. With all the houses the officers went to is the same area that woman lives at. But nobody, none of her neighbors know her kids. And she has 4 kids. Insane, dude.
How long was he? You said he was going for like an hour?
He's gone about an hour.
So like, was he like? So he had to be. So somebody must have like got him right when he went outside, because that's the only way.
So the way it was brought to our attention, someone called because he was looking in the window of cars across the street, like he was looking for something. So he kept pointing back towards the east and kept saying go that way, but we ended up on Hodge, and then like he was kind of by like where the mailboxes were, and then we'd walk towards Hodge and then come back down, and eventually got to the point where we're like, we don't know. And your neighbor said that it like wasn't, they didn't recognize him. The one lady on the end who was really helpful with us all the time, she didn't recognize him. And I figured if, okay, so your kids are pretty much, they're kind of introverted. Okay. Okay.
I don't want to seem like a bad, like a, you know, but I don't want my children seeing the wrong stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Cussing and,
Okay.
you know, I don't want my kids introduced to that type of stuff. So I try to keep them away, but I still feel like I should, you know, I do like in the summertime take them to parks and stuff like that, but as far as them just going outside and playing with kids, like, I don't trust it.
He is smart. He is smart, I will say that.
Yeah.
So if I had to phrase this in a politically correct term for my report, you don't want your kids going outside to keep them away from the social life of Wilkes, is how you would say it. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying to I read between the lines of what you're saying, but I'm trying to phrase it in a way I just want to make sure you're in agreement with that.
Yes.
So that would make sense why they don't see just like what was going on when obviously we did try knocking on I think we tried knocking on your door. Hey, I'm not 100% sure because I did come back. Obviously they did find you eventually. Did they find you by knocking on?
No, when I was on the phone, I was just walking and I seen people, they were like, oh, he's looking for a little boy. I'm like, yeah.
So you noticed he was gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
And her explanation is that she don't want her kids to hang around the people in that neighborhood. If you guys can obviously tell, that's a low-income neighborhood. That's a very, very low-income neighborhoods, and in neighborhoods like that, the crime rate is very high. So I understand where she's coming from when she says she don't want her kids be around people doing drugs, drinking alcohol, and just committing and doing bad stuff. I completely understand that woman. But at the same time, I think it's very important, man, very, very important that you have your kids know your neighbors. Just like your animals. I think it's very important because you just never know when situations like that could happen, bro.
Out about it. You have your day in court, you can explain what happened, that you were busy, preoccupied with your other kids. I am going to listen before you get upset. I am going to put everything in there about how he could possibly be on the spectrum and that we don't know which would work in your benefit.
Like, this is like so not fair. Like, it's not fair because I'm not. It's like,
hey, sweetie, and like you told me to, you went out trying to find him. You tried to call him.
I was on the phone with
Just understand from our side, It was an hour. We were starting to put his picture online. We had a lot of steps moving to try and find you because we couldn't. Okay? This is not the end of the world. At the end of the day, we are here to assist you. This is a simple go to court, make your case. They're going to read our report. Okay? So you know, we do have to contact CPS anytime a child goes missing. We reunite them with the family. That's why I was asking you the questions about home life. I don't see any issues as of right now with what you told me, but they're probably going to come out and just want to talk to you and say, hey, what's going on? All the same questions I asked, but probably a little bit more detailed. Okay? Getting discharge, it is like not the end of the world. You have court on Wednesday. It's going to be at 10
I don't even
a.m.
have a car. I have a car, but it's not even working right now.
Okay.
I have 4 kids. I don't even have any help.
So what I'll
Like
do,
with transportation.
so what I'll do, and that's, and like I said,
Right now.
this is why you're not going to jail. I'm giving you this. What I will do is I will write down, do you want me to write down the phone number to the court? And you can call them and say, I have to show up Wednesday, but I don't have a ride. This is what I got charged with. How can we work together? Okay? And they do that, okay? They might not know what you're talking about immediately because the court won't have our copy of this until tomorrow morning. So maybe wait until tomorrow morning to call, okay? So like I said, they won't have a copy of this until it goes over tomorrow and it gets reviewed. But as of right now, your court date is on Wednesday the 3rd at 10 a.m. at the court. The address is listed right here. It's the one right across the street from Burlington, okay? If you don't think you can make it, call tomorrow morning, call them. They always work with you, okay? Officer Hackney is gonna take you home, okay? You're gonna take the kiddo home. You guys can go together. Do you have any questions for me on what you can expect going forward? I know a lot of parents think because something happens and we have to do our job, and we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. But they think this is the end of the world. They think someone's going to come take their kids. Like I said, I talked to you about his home life. He's going, or the other kids are going to school. You're doing your job. You're feeding them. They have beds. That's all going in there. So I don't see an issue coming of this, but they do have to follow up just because we've had an incident. So do you have any questions for me of what you can expect going forward?
No, I've been through this before. My oldest was a couple months old. So,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how it goes.
Okay. And again, that's not saying you're a bad person. I honestly think in this situation, I mean, with him being able to show that he can push a chair, like, and I will put that out, be like, we were talking about home life, and he pushed a chair up to the door, and like I said, it's on my camera that he has that capability to do that. And if you're saying by, he's 2 and he's dressing himself every day, that shows a high degree of intelligence, okay? So, but Officer Hackney, if you wouldn't mind giving her a ride back home, make sure she takes this with her. If she's got any questions, just answer. Awesome. Those 4. Okay.
We're going to end this video right there, guys. Listen, this woman was charged with child neglect, which the officers had a choice. They could have arrested her right there, and they could have literally arrested her and send the kid home with the father. But they choose to give her a court appearance ticket, which she just have to appear in court. That's what you heard when the officer was telling her, does she have any questions? She said, I know exactly, I've been through this before. She'd been through this 2 years prior. This woman was arrested in 2022 for leaving one of her kids in the car while she goes inside of a place to buy something. Police was called because they see a kid in a car, summertime, while she's going into a store. Like, when you're talking about irresponsible parenting, this woman has a history already of being very, very irresponsible with her kids. Why you keep having kids and you can't, it blows my mind. And I'm not making this video judging this woman. God bless her. I hope and wish her the best. But you caught a case a couple of years prior to this situation for neglect with one of your kids that you left in a car while you go inside of a store to purchase something. And her excuse back then, oh, just gonna run in and out. You leave a kid in a car for more than 5 minutes. How you figure you're going in and out? People seen the kid in the car and called to 911 on that same woman. When this case happened, with this little kid's being just left the house, this woman is actually on probation for the case in 2022 for neglecting the little kid and leaving the kid in the car. So she's on probation for that case. So going forward, how you think the judge is going to look at that woman? And she can't be mad. If the officers, whenever police gets involved with anything with little kids, they have to report it to child safety. They have to report it to the state, to the city, wherever they're at. They have to report it to the children's service. And that's when the children's service gets involved. They're going to go do home inspection. They're going to make sure the kids is being fed, the kids has bed. They're going to make sure that that house has a proper living condition for those little kids. So that's why she started getting mad and started crying, because she don't want this. She knows they're going to go in her house and investigate what's going on inside of the house. How irresponsible can you be, dude? You just caught a prior case for neglecting and leaving one of your kids in a hot car in the summertime, and you're going to do it again. You're in a house with the kid's father. It's no excuse you could have, oh, I have 3 other kids, I'm helping this kid. What are you talking about? You in there with the father of the kid. You're supposed to know at all time where your kids are at in your house. You have to always know that. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, as human beings, we're not perfect, but we have to learn from our mistakes. And obviously that woman, I'm not judging her. I'm not passing no type of judgment on that woman, but it's obviously she did not learn from the 2022 incident. From leaving your car, from leaving your child inside of your car while you go into a store. That's terrible. Now your kid left for over an hour before you realize that your kid is not even home. Come on, you got to learn. As human beings, we're not perfect, but we have to learn from our mistakes. That's the only how we grow and get better in life. The only how we reach our true potentials in life is when we take full accountabilities for our actions, not pointing fingers at nobody. We have to take accountability for our actions. And eventually that woman has to learn, because you have 4 kids. I'm pretty sure you love your kids. You want to grow up and have your kids in you want your kids to grow up and have you in their life forever. Be a better person to your kids, man. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, please stay safe. Always do what's right in the eyes of God and His family. Always treat people the way you want to be treated. Always love your kids, man. Kids are innocent, dude. Always love and hug your kids and kiss your kids, and teach your kids the right way. One thing she said in that video that had me impressed with her, that she doesn't want her kids, knowing that she lives in a low-income neighborhood, she doesn't want her kids to grow up around what's there. In low-income neighborhoods, the crime rate is high, the drug abuse is high, the alcohol abuse is high. It's a lot of nonsense that goes on in low-income neighborhoods. So that's one thing that I'm like really happy that she said, that she don't want her kids to get consumed with what is going on in the neighborhood. So she keep them away from everybody. God bless her, and hope we wish you all the best. God bless everybody in the United States and all around the world. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And until then, stay safe. Always remain positive. No matter what you're going through, always know there's someone that's going through way worse than you are. So always remain grateful and show God the gratefulness that He deserves.